Dr. Mohan Ram, has joined to welcome our chief guest, Dr. Hema Gopal. I feel very privileged to invite our principal, sir, to share his inputs with the freshers. Please, sir.
Very good morning, Madam Hema Gopal. I'm indeed very happy that you could find some time to accept our invitation and participate in the computer science department orientation. It would have been much better if your talk was related to the entire community of freshers, but nevertheless, we will make it a point to see that. Madam, am I audible?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes, sir. You are very much audible.
I'm extremely happy to welcome Madam Hema Gopal, Dr. Hema Gopal, who is our distinguished governing council member. And we had met her some time back, some couple of months back. She's a multifaceted personality and she's extremely good in connecting with colleges, providing lots of learning avenues. In fact, I think about a couple of weeks back, she had sent a list of programs in ICT, how to connect faculty with such programs. We have been getting continuously lots of input from Madam, how to make our teaching learning environment better and better. And she keeps on giving us excellent input. And I am doubly happy that she has come forward to address our freshers. She has been in several academic councils and she has got vast experience and strives to enhance both learning and behavioral competency. Of course, she has been the former vice president of TCS and she has put in more than 35 years of service in TCS, and she has served as IIT alumnus, IIT Madras alumnus also. She is very deeply connected with the teaching learning center out there, and she has also been a member of various committees in Anna University, and she is one of the well-wishers of the engineering colleges in and around Tamil Nadu, where she visits and readily accepts to share her thoughts. And quite recently also I saw another video where she was telling about the benefits of the pandemic, where the entire IT profession has become work from home, and what are the key benefits to the individual as well as to the society and the IT industry in particular. Well, I would like to request Madam Kala to introduce Madam Hema Gopal in detail. But before that, I would like to end by saying, Madam is a very, very compassionate human being and full of energy and enthusiasm. You will see it in her presentation. Maybe now our Vice Principal is also there. I'll request our Vice Principal, Professor Chandra Mohan, to say a few words. I welcome all our student friends once again. Welcome Head of the Department, Dr. Manimekalai, Dr. Kala, and other faculty colleagues for this beautiful meeting. Over to our Vice Principal, Professor Chandra Mohan. Sir.
Good morning to all of you. A very warm welcome to
Good morning, sir.
Dr. Hema Gopal, who has rich experience in software industry. In fact, Dr. Kala will be introducing formally Dr. Hema Gopal. Dr. Hema Gopal is our governing council member. She has gone through the details of the main minutes of governing council, the agenda of the governing council in detail. She has contributed a lot to PhD iTech. But last time also, Madam has delivered a talk to our students, senior students, organized by the head of the department, Dr. Manimekalai. Now, we are very eager to listen to Dr. Hema Gopal, who will be addressing the first year students. Madam, these students are undergoing 3 weeks orientation program, and the classes formally will be commencing from 25th Wednesday onwards. And we are very fortunate to have you as the keynote speaker for our first year students. Warm welcome once again, madam. Now I request Dr. Kala to introduce the audience.
Thank you, sir. We know that realizing our vision is tough. Motivating others to share your vision and dream is even tougher. A good leader not only inspires her team, but also inspires the people around. We have one such eminent personality today, Dr. Hema Gopal, Advisor, Management Consulting, KPMG India, Vice President, Tata Consultancy Services, Chennai. She has agreed to share her thoughts on school to college transformation, technology, a game changer. May I request Dr. R. Manimegalai, Head of the Department CSE, to introduce Dr. Hema Madam, today's chief guest, to the freshers. Ma'am, please.
A very good morning. Welcome, madam. I join our principal and vice principal to welcome you once again, madam. For the benefit of the students, Madam Hema Gopal, as I already indicated, she is part of KPMG, who is one of our recruiters, and she was also part of TCS for longer years, who is also one of our recruiters, continuous for continuous years. Hema Gopal, she is a trusted industry leader, leading multiple business verticals, specifically transforming the banking and financial services industry for more than 3 decades, leading to digital ready. She always delivers high quality, mission critical, highly complex engagements across industry verticals. I am sure freshers, you will be coming to know what is horizontals and verticals probably during Hema Madam's talk. She delivers a lot of complex engagements across industry verticals with a deep customer focus. Of course, customer delight is always a very important triad in delivering products and the projects to the beneficiaries. To set the benchmark in customer experience, she's leading strategist for the explosive, to lead the team to the explosive growth of IT industry at a very early stage when women leaders are very few. Hema Gopal, as a Vice President at TCS, has more than around 40 years of experience. She has led several large transformational outsourcing engagements in BFS customers. Starting her career in 1985, she has donned various roles in strategy and planning. All these jargons, I think you will learn in the coming 4 years during your engineering. She was also part of sales, IT outsourcing, relationship and delivery management, which is very, very important in the business, pre-sales, learning and development, and the technology excellence and academic interface. I think that's what she is doing, the academic interface, and she is continuously talking with large number of students. She has talked with more than 180, and she's also connected with more than 180 engineering institutions for the last 3 decades to improve the teaching learning process. She is very, very passionate towards learning and development and competency in developing across both. She is part of lot of academic council in very large number of institutions. She has also delivered many firsts in the industry. She is a very great team player, compassionate and shown empathy at all levels. With these few words, I may request Hema Madam to please continue with her address.
Thank you. And good morning, all of you. Respected Principal Sir, Dr. Mohan Ram, Vice Principal, Head of the Department, Dr. Manimegalai, and Madam Kala, and all other staff of this esteemed college, which has really been the fastest growing institutions in the Coimbatore belt, particularly in Anna University area, and the most esteemed students, well-wishers, your parents, and other dignitaries for listening to this induction day. I'm sure that I'm actually standing before you and the lunch, and I'm sure we all go by the Thiruvalluvar statement or a kural. செவிக்கு உணவில்லாத பொழுது சிறிது வயிற்றுக்கும் ஈயப்படும். அதுபடி I think my speech will be more practical, more from the heart. There is no preparation. It all comes to the rich experience of 35 years in the IT industry. Straight after passing out of IIT Madras with my master's in computer science and with a BTech in electronics engineering from Anna University, MIT campus, and BSc mathematics. So I can relate to most of the arts and science as well as engineering very well. And I specialized in computer science at IIT Madras. So been with a lot of institutions. And I'm very thankful that I'm part of the governing council of PSG iTech, and I've been able to pass on a lot of good things about anything that I know of from the industry, from the associations, from the societies, to the principal and also to the HOD. And I'm very sure that the next 4 years is going to be a game changer for you. I just said technology is a game changer. I think it is not just the technology, it is the entire life, the entire studies, and the entire environment is going to be a game changer, because we have really seen what challenges we have gone through in the last 8 months. So I just wanted to wish each and every one of you a very best of luck, and may God give you the best health and prosperity, peace of mind, and a lot of time for yourself without any mobiles or any other gadgets, to do your studies very well in the 4 years, so that you come out with flying colors when you reach your industry. And to give you some background, I'm sure most of you can understand Tamil, so my speech will be more in terms of what it makes a Tamil speaking person or a person who has studied totally in Tamil medium to come to this level of achievement. Because I've received the honorary doctorates from US. I'm probably made more than about 95 overseas trips and lived in every country that you can probably think about, and also rare countries like San Juan, Puerto Rico, and then Curso, and all these Macedonia. Some of the countries may not even heard in our lives, but some of these countries where I've been part of, and of course the usual countries of US, UK, Singapore, Hong Kong, Switzerland, Netherlands, and many Malaysia and other countries, Thailand, other countries. So I think it is not so much that you travel, it is not so much that you want to do something, but it is just that you are actually having the goal, vision, enthusiasm, and the drive to do things. And once you have that, you will definitely be able to be successful. Because Tamil mediathila padithu தமிழ் மீடியத்திலேயே எஸ்எஸ்எல்சி வரலும் பாஸ் பண்ணி இங்கிலீஷுங்கிறதே தெரியாம அப்புறமா வந்து ப்ரீ யூனிவர்சிட்டியில பிஎஸ்சி மேத்ஸ் படிக்கிறச்சே there is a big transition. So I'm talking to you about school to college transition today, but for me it was a great transition to really leave the Tamil medium and all subjects that I studied, everything I used to think in Tamil, speak in Tamil, and also deliver in Tamil. For me, it was a greater transition and challenge. Like this, there were no speakers, no mentors for us. We had to really do everything on our own, with our own commitment and passion and perseverance to achieve. So with that cue, I went from a Tamil medium to an English medium. And if somebody thinks that you cannot achieve greater heights just because you are from an economically poor background, or your parents are not educated, or you have come from a Tamil background, I think none of it will be true, because you really see somebody who has studied in Tamil medium and I've been able to achieve. If I can achieve, and you're all part of a very, very great institution, because I think PSG iTech has got a very high rank in NIRF rating, and particularly in Anna University results. You all have got very good. I'm sure your seniors have spoken to you a lot, because they always like the college from where they came, and then they wanted to share their wisdom with you. But for me, as an observer of all engineering colleges across Tamil Nadu, and some of the colleges where I'm part of as an advisor in the US and UK, I can very well say that PSG iTech has been the flagship of Coimbatore in that sense. So you're all very blessed to be part of this esteemed institution. My request to you is, do not blame the pandemic. Do not blame the method of teaching learning. What you do is, like Arjuna, you just see the eyeball in the of the parrot. You do not see anything else. That should be your goal. So next 4 years, you will learn, you will collaborate, you will communicate, and you will sustain, and then you will achieve excellence. Whether you are going to continue your studies, or whether you are going to pursue a job or a career, or you want to join your family business, or you want to settle down in life. In none of them, there is no precondition that you should not do well. I'm sure each and every one of you will do so well that you will come out with flying colors. And with that cue, I just wanted to thank the parents, because they all have got a lot of faith in the institution. There is a poem that I'm reminded of. Kannir Siranda Urupillai, Kondanin Tunniya Kelir Piravillai, Makkalin Unmayavai Chandra Porulillai, Indralodi Enna Kadavulungil. அது போன்று உங்களுடைய பெற்றோர்கள், they are all the ones who are the torch bearers. They really spend their hard-earned money for you to be educated in the best institution. They want you to get all the facilities. Because of the pandemic, you are all sitting at home learning. So they are creating an atmosphere as if you are studying in the college. So I think you all have to appreciate and be grateful. There is a proverb which I've read long back in Reader's Digest. It says, attitude defines altitude. But I want to rechange it and say that gratitude defines altitude. You need to be grateful to your parents, your siblings, and the environment and the society which has made you to be what you are today. And to the college and the management and the infrastructure, the entire HOD, the teaching staff, the non-teaching staff, the lab assistants, whoever has been your touch point is going to be a touch point in your life for you to achieve excellence. You need to be grateful to them. And also you need to be grateful to God that He is really blessing you with all the intelligence to do what you want to do. So I'm going to really start sharing my presentation. And I'm requesting Kala Madam and Mani Megale Madam, if there are any questions for me, there will be 1 or 2 questions in between, because I'm also teaching at Anna University, ME. So I will be always asking questions. So they can write it in the chat box. And Madam, I'm really requesting you to either speak out or spell out the no questions, or give me the answers. One of you can do it. So that I want to really see whether they are all up and awake. I'm sure they will be awake. I'm sure about it. Yeah, I'll just share my screen. And for the video. Hello, can you all see my screen? I've shared my screen. Yeah. I hope the students can also see the screen. This is my topic for today, School to College Transformation, Technology, a Game Changer. Okay, so I think this talks about what you have done in school and what you will be doing in your college or in your engineering institution to achieve excellence. Okay, and just wanted to talk to you about my career goals, because people have said that I joined TCS through campus recruitment. TCS is a recruiter in PSG. I'm sure that TCS was also a recruiter in IIT Madras when I was studying. So they came for a campus interview, and I don't think they recruit people in tens or hundreds or thousands. We all got recruited against MTech Computer Science and MS Computer Science. I think we were totally 20 people who got selected in TCS, and there were 19 boys, and then there was only one girl, that was me. So I think luck plays a part everywhere, and it is also the grace of God and your parents that you really get what you probably have to get. So looking at my career, because why you have to know, mainly because if you have to go and see the IPL match, you really want to know whether why Mumbai Indians again are coming to the finals, why they didn't, why they went about the playoffs to beat the SRH and then come back again. You always plan something when you have to go for a match, or when you have to go and purchase your Diwali dress or a bike or a mobile phone. You always understand what you need to do and what are the features before you really go and then plan your purchase. Or you, when you also make a travel, you always travel with always some planning, some execution framework before you reach there. So just like that, a career after your 4 years also is a big transformation, or it's a big journey. And though it is not a destination, it is just a journey. And I'm sure each and every one of you will want to plan your career properly so that you can reach whatever your goals are. So I joined as a trainee, analyst to programmer, then systems analyst, senior systems analyst, then assistant consultant, and senior consultant, assistant consultant, then there was an associate consultant, then there was a consultant, senior consultant, principal consultant, vice president, delivery head, head of BFSI delivery, global head technology excellence, global head alliance and technology excellence for IBM, and advisor management consulting, which is my current role. So I think it is the growth where I joined TCS when we were less than 1,000 people across all branches. The total strength of TCS was around 1,000. And when I finished, it was about more than 4,424,000. So you can really see the journey with the 31 plus years or 32 plus years of very challenging journey, where you really need to be part of a growing organization. In fact, we were part of growing IT in India, and that is the kind of challenge you got. You got the best mentors, best bosses for you to be what you are today. So how did I make it? And why am I putting this? Because many of the first year students from day one starts worrying about what will be my job career opportunities, and then where will I land, what will be my what will be my career growth, will I be able to have a very excellent life, will I be able to take care of my parents because they have done so much for me. It is my time to pay back to them, because nandri marappadu nandrendu nandalladhu andre marappadu nandru. Adupola, we have to really pay back our gratitude and also our kindness to support our parents, till we are very hale and healthy, and then we are very enthusiastic. I think we have an obligation to support our parents and other siblings, take care of them. And also another responsibility all of us have, just like you heard your seniors, your alma mater, you also have you also shoulder the responsibility of passing back to your alma mater, so that all your juniors will be looking up to you to see what you are, whether you are a role model like a Fiona Williams or Bill Gates or Sundar Pichai or Satya Nadella, or you are going to be somebody like a great sportsman like a Pele or Maradona or something like that. So role models are becoming larger than lifetime characters. So you'll be wanting to know about it. But this projection I'm giving you because for all the computer science and all the software industries, there is a apex body which is called National Association for Software Companies. So NASSCOM is the actually like a Bhagavad Gita for us, where it talks about where is the world going with respect to software industry, what is India's growth, what is India's capability to deliver various services across various verticals. As your head of the department told, you're all paying your fees through your credit card or your debit card, or you're doing an RTGS, real-time gross settlement. So that this banking is called a vertical, business vertical. Insurance is a business vertical. Telecom is a business vertical because all of you use phone, you pay your bills. And buying automotive, like manufacturing is again a vertical. Transportation, like a train, bus, and aeroplane, that is a vertical. So these are all called business verticals. And what is horizontal? It's a technology horizontal. You can create develop a big retail banking system for a bank. So that is a IT service. It's a development IT service. So you can do a production support of Target stores from the US, or you can probably support British Telecom from the UK. So any of them that you do as a service is a horizontal. What are the verticals? All the things that I told about, there are about 12 verticals. So across the business services, whether it is IT services or business process services or engineering and R&D, where you do the CAD/CAM for large aeroplane manufacturers and Rolls-Royce like companies, or you are a person who can be part of the software products. You can have a retail banking product, core banking product, insurance management product, or customer focused billing product, or you are going to be servicing the hardware or the hardware industry, and also e-commerce, which is really taking a lot of transformation in terms of B2B, B2C, and then business to business. So lot of things are there as part of NASSCOM, and the good news is that there will be definitely many millions of jobs that are required, where people like you are wanting to be servicing there. But they have a requirement and you are there. But what is more important is to match the gap of how you will be able to fit into the industry expectation. That is what is a bigger challenge. It is not so much that you study, it is not so much that you know, but when it comes to playing, when it comes to getting into an industry, there are so many prerequisites. I'm sure it is not in terms of subject and knowledge, it is not something different, because all of you will become thorough knowledge professionals when you finish your third year or getting into the fourth year to face the campus requirements. But much before that, you will be a person who can work in a team well, you can collaborate well, you are a person who can have systematic habits, you are a person who is highly disciplined, you really are punctual to the class, you work well in a team, you deliver your assignments to the timeline that has been set by your professor or your HOD or your principal. You actually deliver it with the utmost quality, whatever assignments you do. You are not going to be doing anything where college is going to look for plagiarism, but I think it is not the reusability that counts. It is basically your originality, your gray matter that counts. So you are going to be delivering what you are going to be practicing in an IT industry. What do IT industry people do? They deliver projects to the timeline, that is delivery schedule. They deliver it to the budget or the cost, and they deliver it to the quality. So that is called QCD, quality, cost, and delivery. And it is not only true for IT, it is true for every student who is studying. You will deliver it, you will learn it with the highest quality and deliver excellence. You will deliver it not to the cost, to the timeline, and then you will deliver it to the expectation of your professor, so that you will exceed the expectations and do a lot of innovative ideas to do something where you can probably do an applied research, because innovation and research are becoming more of a household names. So I think this also talks about a lot about IT roles and employability percentage. So one thing is that all of us can go to sleep very peacefully today, because 4 years from now, your life is going to be assured with good career in any of the IT companies, which are recruiting more than 1 to 1.5 lakhs, from the freshers. But I just wanted to talk to you about the transition from the school to college. Why did I give all these statistics first? Because it is Deming's principle says that we have to state the positives first. What is really great for us? Then we really find out how we can achieve that by an execution roadmap. So the learning ecosystem in the school will be more of classroom, and in college also more of classroom. Online will be less. All the quizzes will be in the class, tests will be in the class, lab exercise will be in the college, and then all your evaluation, assessments, case studies will be done in the in the class. But the future is going to be where 70 to 80% may be online. I'm sure, as there is a saying, இதுவும் கடந்து போகும். So by January, February, I'm expecting each and every one of you to come to college, just like I did a program for the students when I came for the governing council last time. I'm really wanting to meet each and every one of you, all the first year students, to tell anything about technology, because I'm not even part of the governing council alone, but I've delivered more than 130 faculty development programs. I've delivered probably more than about 600 plus student programs in terms of technology appreciation programs, large program management, and then technology transformation, architecting, design thinking, so many I have delivered. So I'm sure I will get a chance to meet all of you in person. So nothing is permanent and nothing is temporary. Everything will become very much okay in the next 2 to 3 months, and that is what I pray and wish, so that we all get the college atmosphere of being there with our friends, talking to the faculty, finding out what is the best for us to learn, so that the body language can be captured much better. Because being a teacher, I also find very difficult to find out whether a student has understood or not. We have to always keep calling them to find out. And unless the student is interactive, we'll not be able to find what is really whether they have understood or not. So the online will be, the future is going to be online quizzes, online assignments, online case studies, and then internal and external assessments. So I'm sure that we are going to be getting used to the fact that there will be a transition between school to college. And what is the other transformation that you probably have, because this has gone through a lower order teaching skills to the higher order learning skills, lower order learning skills to higher order learning skills in the teaching learning pedagogy. As students in school, we will be taught only the lessons, we'll be asking questions only in the lessons. Maybe they will change the numbers in the mathematics or in your algebra, geometry, or any other thing. But all the things in your plus 2 is more of remembering them, reproducing them with the right key, so that you are evaluated. So it is basically a lot of spoon feeding for you to really do. Some of the schools finish the portions by November. From December onward, they'll be doing churning the students through number of revision exams. So you will be able to really, அந்த பழைய காலத்துல சொல்லுவாங்களே கரைச்சு குடிப்பது என்பது கரைத்து குடித்து, you will be preparing for to meet your final exam. Final exam will become so simple that you would probably crack it with a 99% or a 98% overall. But when I'm also a person who is a rank holder in my SSLC. I studied throughout a national merit scholarship for my rank in SSLC. I never paid a single amount, pie of fees. But only thing is, those days it was not very difficult, because the teachers were very strict. I think we have to thank our teachers and the system that they are more liberal. Getting 200 on 200 in Tamil and English was very easy. I was a state first in Tamil, but I got only 83%. I got a state first in science and mathematics, but mathematics was 100, but science was 93%. So I think it is basically the transformation of getting the right marks. And what I'm saying is that in the college, you will not be given all that spoon feeding to learn, because they are going to take you to an atmosphere where they are making you a learner. So they are going to explain to you the concepts, they are going to talk to you about the application, and more work from you in terms of understanding, internalizing, and then applying your knowledge, and then analyzing what has been taught, and then evaluating what is the best, and then creating something new for yourself and for meeting the expectation of your college. So you are going actually from lower order learning skills to higher order learning skills, mostly in the 4 years itself, because most of them, other than maths, physics, and chemistry, which are going to be in your first year, and probably workshop technology and computer graphics, I think most of your courses will be related to, in the first year will be more of application of mathematics into engineering. And then that is what you will learn. And you will also learn fundamentals of programming in the first semester. I'm sure in the 10th and 12th, all of you have learned either C++ or Python. So you would have understood what is a computer, what are the various parts of a computer. You would have probably understood all the other things, What you will do is to only apply it. And all of you might wonder how many languages you have to learn in your life. I'm sure you have already learned C++ and Python. You may probably learn one or two more as part of the curriculum, because language is a vehicle of communication for translating logic into a compiled code or an executable code. So there is no need to learn 15 languages. You need to learn good number of languages, the ones which are going to be a game changer thoroughly, so that any syntax and semantics of any other language you can learn very well on your own. Because in my life I learned COBOL in my BTech. I learned 8085 microprocessor and also Fortran programming. In IIT Madras I learned COBOL and PL1 and assembler language programming in IIT Madras. When I came to TCS, my first project on Burroughs, so I had to learn LINQ and Burroughs COBOL. Then when I came to Chennai on a transfer, I had to learn ICL 2904. So I had to learn all the utilities and ICL languages. Then I went to Sundaram Finance, there where it was North Data. So it is not so much that you prepare yourself for the next 30 years with an a la carte menu that you learn everything. Whatever you learned and whatever you're learning, you be very thorough in all the constructs and the features of the language. You will be able to apply it very well. Because I worked in North Data, then I worked in IBM 3090, then I worked in Hitachi mainframe, I worked in Burroughs and also Cyber CGC, many machines. But what I did not do was to learn everything, because it was not required. So whatever you learn from the school, you have learned, be very thorough, because school, all the assignments are all written, they're all in only one way of execution. In college, they'll be expecting you in what way you're being very different. So that is very important. And I was always telling you about the attitude defines altitude. If you actually add all these letters, you get 100%. And what it means is, if you have 100% attitude, you get up in the morning and then make sure that you are not going to be getting up at 7:45 to catch a bus at 8 o'clock to be in the college at 8:30. You have all the time in the morning. So you do your chorus, do some good exercise to regenerate yourself, have finish all your morning duty, and then be very fresh, have your breakfast and sit you are in front of your computer as if you are sitting in the class. You do not really postpone class shabby clothes and all, or not the game, because you will never feel fresh. You have to live a life as if you are living in the college. Okay, you have to be very disciplined, and unless you have that discipline, unless you have the attitude to sit and study well, I'm sure your mother and your sister and all the others at home will not switch on the TV to see all the Tamil serials, because Tamil serial vandu Poove Unakkaga, Sitti, I don't even know, because I don't even switch on the TV. So all these serials can always wait. 1998, when my mother was seeing Chitti 1, and then I'm seeing Chitti 2 now. So it doesn't really matter, because even after 4 years, you can still see Chitti, and there'll be somebody crying, somebody who will be cunning, and somebody who will be making a plot. So nothing you will be losing. So you will also request your parents to be more accommodative, so that there is no loud volume, so that when you have to talk, you have the atmosphere to speak. Because I heard that every parent has been sacrificing a lot, because after retirement they are supposed to be relaxing, seeing TV or talking to people. They are all very much silent only because they want to really make sure that you all study well. So you use that positively, so that you don't put it on mute and then start doing something else. And I can always tell you that all your mobile messages can come back later, and spend only maximum of 1 hour or less than that in your mobile, because there is no point in spending time, and you will never get anything for your future in the mobile. You may get whatever is useful, you can finish it off in 1 hour. If you are in 10 different groups and every group gives the same joke, you merge all the groups and then make only one group, so that you are doing some rationalization, which you will do in your IT world. So please spend your time very, very usefully. And what is that you are going to do? I talked to you about school to college transformation, where you are going from a lower order learning skill, in the sense that you are actually given a lot of support to learn, to higher order learning skills. Here is a story where when you go with a lot of preconceived notions, that is, this is a story where you can go with a half teacup, and then if somebody starts pouring, it starts overflowing immediately, which means that you probably not done your homework right. You need to unlearn and then relearn. So learn and then relearn. In order to achieve that, you need to really go with an open mind. And that's what it says. None in served tea. He poured his visitor's cup full and kept on pouring. The professor watched the overflow until he no longer could restrain himself. It's over full, no more will go in. Like the cup, Nanan said, you are full of your own opinions and speculation. If you go with a lot of preconceived notions that this is good, this is not good, and this teacher will give me this teacher, do not go with any preconceived opinion about it. Unless you first empty your cup, you will not be able to go with an open mind to learn. So I'm sure each and every one of you will do a lot to do things well. And also, it's a cockroach story. All of you might have known about it. There are situations where you cannot apply the cockroach theory. There are certain situations where you can approach it, because the cockroach comes on your shoulder, you immediately react and pull it away. But there are other situations where instead of reacting to a situation, reacting to a problem, getting angry, getting nervous, getting impatient, you really make sure that you respond. By responding, you will take time to analyze whether it is good for me to get angry, whether it is good for me to really partake in this, whether it is good for me to really do things. Okay, so you make a judicial judgment between whether you have to react to a situation or you want to respond to a situation, because responding means you are visionary and you are goals driven. You really know what you want to do. You are values driven. Your values are very important. And it comes with the knowledge because you have analyzed the situation. You have a connected communication because you communicate to people more calmly. Because my mother-in-law used to say, but it is not so much its mother-in-law, I'm just saying that she will say that only if you cannot do anything, achieve anything, you will get angry. Because the people who get angry, they are the people who cannot achieve things. So she will always, I've never seen a more patient person like her in my life, not because I'm her daughter-in-law, but because she has tolerated me for so many years. So focus on facts, pre-thought out, and then it leads to more solutions. So reaction versus responsiveness is very important for you to really succeed in your life. If you tell your father, I want a S20 phone, immediately there is a Reliance offer going on and you get it. And your father says, no, you already have a fan. You don't start shouting and say that, no, this phone is not good. And then the phone is a phone. And whatever is the less amount that you can do to achieve whatever goal you want to have, in order to have a phone, the connectivity, your photographs or your other things, other applications, you just be happy about it. Just because there is a selling gimmick that it is given for 10,000 free, I don't think you should be tempted to buy it unless there is a clear need for it. And you know that all your parents will be having a very, very simple phone because they have given all their money to their children. So do not really react to your parents when they say something. Do not really react violently when the teacher says something. Please understand that they are not telling you. They are telling the process which has been executed by you. It is a Deming principle. Never blame a person even if there is something gone wrong. It is always a process which has gone wrong. So the person will feel that there is something which has gone wrong and he or she will correct it. So I think these are 5 questions highly successful people would ask. I'm sure all of you will do it in the next few years. Is this something I should be doing? Can someone help me? Is this my top priority? Can someone else do this? And then, is this healthy? Because whenever you do something, which are not in line with what your goal is, you really need to ask to put you back into the gear. You know that, no, when you really climb the hill, it is not very simple. So there will be a lot of hurdles. When you climb the hill, when you have to reach the destination, all the hurdles should be taken off. So whenever you get distracted, you really find out whether is this distraction good for me, at this point in time. காலத்தே பயிர்சை இளமையில் கல், அதுதான் பாரதியார் சொல்லிட்டு போயிருக்காரு. அதனால when you have to do something, do not be bound by any other distraction, and that is what will fetch you excellence. So I think I will probably want to snap out and give you a short video. Give me a minute. I'll just ask, because this video is very, very motivating for me. Every time I see it, it gives me a lot of motivation. Give me just 1 second, I'll be back. Video for the mom. Is it audible?
Yes, madam.
Ma'am, the audio of the video is not audible.
Hema ma'am, excuse me ma'am. The audio is not on ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you ma'am.
Can you hear?
Mr. President and NBTV, thank you very much.
Can you hear, sir?
Incredible honor.
Yes, ma'am, we can hear, ma'am.
Yeah.
Outlaw said, who you are cannot be separated from where you came from. I left India 35 years ago, went on to the United States, and we had tremendous success in that meritocracy. But none of that could have happened if I hadn't had a wonderful upbringing very much here in India. So I have a lot to thank India for. Now, my 3 lessons I'd like to share with you. First, please be a lifelong student. When we're kids, we ask questions like, why is the sky blue? Why is the bird flying so high? But for some reason, as we get older, that curiosity goes away. And if we're happy with the knowledge we have, then we're actually going to atrophy. So please remain a lifelong student. Don't lose that curiosity. Second, whatever you do, throw yourself into it. Throw your head, heart, and hands into it. I look at my job not as a job. I look at it as a calling, as a passion. And I don't care about the hours. I don't care about the hardship, because to me, everything is a joy. So whatever you do, please look upon it as a calling and a passion, not as a job, not as something temporary. The third and the most important one, please help others rise. Greatness comes not from a position, but from helping build the future. All of us in positions of power have an obligation to pull others up. as I stand here today, I look at my responsibility not as accepting an honor, I look upon it as accepting a challenge and a responsibility, an obligation to actually make it possible for the people who are younger to come up and achieve levels of greatness so they too can be able to stay sometime in the future. So thank you again and thank you for this incredible honor. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.
I hope all of you saw it and then you liked it. I hope. You are muted, it says. Have you all seen it? Have you all heard it?
Yes.
Yeah. Could you all see it with the audio and the video, sir, properly?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. The students are there, up and awake?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you. I'm sure we all learn a lot of lessons from them, that curiosity, lifelong learner, and then bringing people up. These are the three lessons we have to really learn, because you cannot be what you are at the cost of somebody else's problem. So I'm sure each and every one of you will take a cue from the role model like Indra Nooyi, and then go forward in your life. So I think there is a question for all of you. I'm sure the students will be very, very happy to do it in less than 1 second. And I request Madam to read out some of the answers, please. When can you add 2 to 11 and get 1 as the correct answer? I'll give you about 30 seconds to answer. Sure, you can do it in 5 seconds. When can you add 2 to 11 and get 1 as the correct answer? Madam, can you read some answers if they have come to you already? Yes. Madam, any answers from the students?
Ma'am, you're looking at the chat, ma'am. We'll see any answers.
Yeah,
Students,
yeah,
you can respond, please. Ma'am, the answers are
Ma'am,
in chat window, it's posted as clock,
time, ma'am.
maybe as time,
Yes, ma'am.
and never, because the question is when.
Okay.
One answer is 11 a.m. plus 2 hours is equal to 1 p.m.
Yeah. Yes, ma'am. I think that's a good answer. So there are only 57 people now online. So I do not know others are there or not, but 58 people as of now. Sure, some of them have answered, so it's good. So suggest a word that could correctly continue the sequence. I think a clue is first aid, second guess, third degree, fourth estate, fifth avenue, sixth sense. So what is the next one? Students, answer please. Madam, any answers? If you have got, please read it out.
Ma'am, in chat, one answer is 24.
What is 24? I said first aid, second guess, third degree, fourth estate,
Wonders.
fifth avenue, sixth sense. Then there should be 7.
Wonders.
Yeah, that's a good answer. Any other answer? Any other answer?
Heaven.
It should be 7 only. With 7 something. 7th heaven, correct. Somebody has said 7th heaven. Yeah, it is the 7th day, 7th heaven, 7 wonders. Okay, great. So technology is a game changer. So I just thought that I will put in some of the most frequently used programming languages, which are part of all the disruptive technologies. I'm sure each of you know that there are disruptive technologies like blockchain, data science, augmented reality, virtual reality, 3D printing, and then you also have AR, VR, I think I talked about it, and then IoT. There is something new which is coming as analytical IoT, because today when I was actually going through the news, and I said that I'm going to talk to the most intelligent students, PSG Tech, what will I tell them in terms of technology as a game changer? I really got good news for each and every one of you, because SMAC was old, like social, cloud, analytics and mobility. But cloud is really getting very, very hot these days. IBM to spin off 19 billion on cloud computing, and AR and VR will be the game changer, mainly because of pandemic. Amazon to plow 700 million into digital technologies, and India data center infrastructure to touch 2.8 billion in 2020, because data center migration, data center consolidation, consolidating all the tools, technologies, and languages, systems, they're all becoming more of another offering. So data center consolidation, data center rationalization, virtualization, and optimization, they're all becoming more of the household name now. And 50 AIoT products by December is being told by the Realme CIO. 50 AIoT, analytical Internet of Things, and 50 products in that is going to be there. So there's a lot of good news for you as computer science students, that you can pick up a good project, good assignment, and so good internship, so that you can really do in any of these areas your project, so that you are becoming more ready and more forthcoming. So Python is one language which probably would have learned, Java and JavaScript, then C, C++, which becomes fundamental for object-oriented programming. You would have learned C and C++ in your 10th and 12th, and C probably used in embedded systems, rockets, simulation software, and also in companies like Rolls-Royce kind of companies, design companies. Golang, also known as Golang, is a programming language by Google. And then Swift. Swift is a messaging service. When there is a service provider like an acquirer and an issuer, Swift becomes part of exchanging data between an acquirer and an issuer. Your father has got you a SBI card, debit card, or ATM card, or a credit card, and it is issued by probably Punjab National Bank. So the issuer Punjab National Bank, but the issuing card is a Visa card, and you are actually having SBI to acquire all the transactions. So there is a Swift messages are used in all the cross-border settlements for trading, and Swift messages are used for Visa and MasterCard networks. So these are all languages which are going to be very useful for you in the future. And I'm sure that school to college transformation also poses a lot of things in your life as to what is your chance and what is your choice. You can always dream to reach the sky, but what is your choice is what you have on hand. So whether it is driven by your location, your qualification, your contact, and whether it is your skills, your interests, whether you want to be creative, you want to be social, socially motivated, or your values and motivations will be more towards being in Coimbatore, work-life balance, being at home, or you want to really take a lot of risk in going out to places and then working there and passing back all your knowledge and your financial help to your parents, or your personality is where you are determined, you are cautious, or you are outgoing type, or you want to take up a most critical role, or you are a person who is more calm, you can probably be more knowledgeable, you want to do your research and then become the most noble profession, that is teaching profession. Okay, so whether you are able to assess all these factors and then come to a conclusion. What is your choice for today, and what will be the chances that you will get in the future? So between a war of choice versus chance, I'm sure each and every one of you will be intelligent enough to take the chance and then not go only by the choice, because whatever is your choice, it may not come through in the near future. So you cannot be disappointed and be without anything. So you will definitely take your chance and then get what you get it, and then transfer it to your choice at a later point in time. And so that is what is this slide saying: ambition versus reality. Your ambition may be to do something really great, but what is reality is what is there on you, what are your constraints, what are your financial constraints, professional constraints, and your family constraints. You need to really look at it and then do it. And I think all of us have used Control Alt Delete in our machine to shut down the machine. I'm sure you're all looking for 1 o'clock to have your lunch. So Control Alt Delete, also you do it in life. That is the communication, attitude, leadership, teamwork, decision making, and enthusiasm. I think if you press all these buttons, you will not get shut down, you will get rebooted, so that with all these capabilities, you will become a foolproof professional. And disruptive technologies is what I have already told. I think the one thing I forgot was the robotics. Robotics are really used everywhere. Robotics the environment, the weather, everything is there. And drones are becoming more of a household name for serving medicines to the pandemic patients in the COVID ward and things like that. Virtual reality and augmented reality are useful where you have furnaces at the height of more than 200 meters. You can't have somebody to climb there to do any soldering or any soldering or any other repair. So you really depend on virtual reality and augmented reality to do things. There are a lot of startup companies in the IIT Research Park. I'm sure some of you can, if you are interested, should be able to understand what they do, how they do, and then you should probably be having your line of your project and your your internship in those areas. Artificial intelligence, we talked about chatbots programmed using natural language, NLP processing, machine learning, and you have also got R2R programming, RPA, robotic process automation, which is actually replacing the manual effort into a software effort or a computer effort. Cryptocurrency, capable of disrupting the entire payment methods. Internet of Things, Internet of Everything, like you do, you use Arduino boards, and you can really do a lot of sensors. You have a fridge where you have kept your bread maybe 15 days back. IoT, intelligent IoT will be able to say that this bread has already been expired, so you need to replenish it. So all these things can be done using intelligent IoT, augmented reality, healthcare, travel, and industry. These are all used. And all of us think that only in banking, financial services sector that IT and computer science is used. These are the only 35 areas where IT is predominantly used, computer systems are used, because IT is the backbone. In my opinion, IT is not the information technology, it is the Indian talent. So that is what is the backbone of all these verticals, whether it is airline, animation, fisheries, or floriculture, journalism, or medical transcription. IT becomes more of a nerve center. And then preparing to face the world, where you need to come out of the comfort zone, you should be coming out not like a frog in the well, and you should have a student to student interaction, student to faculty interaction, and also you should create communities of practice where all the electronics engineering students or computer science students will form a community. You will talk to your seniors to find out how to really do well in your studies. Don't take for their assignments and for reuse, but understand how you can really do so well in your exams, because you may be having question banks, you may be having a lot of reference books. These are all going to be really helpful for you. And if you think that you can learn 2 days before the semester, you are actually mistaken. You need to learn every day. That's what you saw from the role model. You need to be a lifelong learner. You cannot just to keep quiet today. You should be like a tiger. Every day it gets up, it runs faster than before to be in the same place. Like that you should be. And also you should pay attention to the details. You cannot be taking it light. Deal the challenges with an open mind. Reaction versus response. Read at least one technical article every week. I think there are so many thousands of books and articles that are procured by PSG iTech Library. But it is not so much the number in the library. It is basically the number that are used and issued to the students and the faculty for you to use. And unless that percentage increases, there is no point in saying that I have 20,000 volumes or 30,000 books. So I'm sure each and every one of you will find the time, will find the chance to book out all the relevant books so that you can also use it and also give it to your classmates. Because there are times when my classmates used to take all the good reference books when the teacher used to ask questions from and never give it till the exams are over. Do not be like that. Share your knowledge. Okay? And when you share your knowledge, it multiplies. Document, express your thoughts in paper or blogs. Seek job satisfaction every time. Do not really worry that you make mistakes in grammar. Do not ever think that you cannot communicate well. Do not ever think that you cannot stand in front of a crowd and speak well or speak up and then do. All these problems have been faced by us. You need to really use simple English, which is grammatically correct. And 5 times or 10 times you do mistakes, it doesn't matter. You really will come out of that shell and then do well. Unless you do that now in front of an employer or in front of somebody else, you will be shivering and you don't want to do that. Because that is the 10 minutes your life will be decided. That 10 minutes you need to do your best. For you to do it, you need preparation from day one. Create your CV from day one. Only your CGPA will change and your subjects will change. All other details will remain the same. Don't make your CV in the 3rd year or 4th year when your placement director asks you to do. You really keep updating your CV as and when you have your marks, you do something different, your core subjects are going to be changing. And this is probably one where all of you should use it for proper purpose of Twitter or Facebook or other open sources where you can get connected with various people to get the knowledge. It is true for teacher, it is true for students also. This is called network to student and teacher. And this is probably one of my last but one slide. It says that over the same sea, on the same winds, a ship sails in one direction, another in opposite. It is not the wind that decides which direction the ship goes. It is the sails, how they are tied and how they are maneuvered. Similarly, it is not fate that decides where your life is going. It is all about how you take life and where you take it into. So I'm sure that you should not be distracted in the next 4 years by anything other than studies, and you will do very well. It is not that I'm saying all work and no play. I've been also a university player, university blue in most of the sports that you can think about: school, college, inter-college, university, Anna University, and IIT Madras I've represented. So you need to take your sports. If you are a musicians, definitely pursue that hobby. If you are a dancer, pursue that. If you are a sports person, do that. If you are a kung fu player, do that. Do not really think that just because you are studying in engineering, you need to leave all that. You need to definitely pursue that. Only then you will get the regeneration. You will get the energy levels to back, because the best sports person will always have undying energy levels. They will be always passionate. They will always be having full of energy, even if they speak for or work for 20 hours per day. And that is the secret of pursuing your hobby, which is really closer to your heart. Don't say your pursuing hobby is to fight with your brother and sister. Do not do that. Be always calm, be always responsive, and be responsible. I'm sure that your ability, your capability, your agility, your mobility, and also your scalability will help you to get all the abilities in your life. And I want to once again thank PSG iTech, the principal, Dr. Mohan Ram, and HOD and all others, and most of you, my students, for listening to me so patiently, because in an online mode, I don't really get to know what you want to hear, but I just said what I thought you should be wanting to hear, so that I will close here. I want to say Nandri, thank you, and gracias and saludos. That is Spanish that I learned. So you'll have to also get to learn languages. And I will open up the forum for questions. Okay. Thank you.
Ma'am, we have one question. The question is, what are the hard times in your life and how did you overcome those problems positively? That is one of the question asked by the fresher.
Okay. I'm sure it's not the only question before I close. Okay, it's a good question. Hard time, personal, professional. When I was in Miami in 1992, 92, I went to Miami. And all of you know that in US, there is a lot of hurricane. So when I was in Miami working for American Express in Miami Springs, I had my small baby 2 years old with my mother-in-law, and one night they announced in the TV that there is going to be Hurricane Andrew. So myself and then there was another colleague of mine by name S. Viswanathan. Both of us were working there along with all others from TCS. They were about 10 people. So I told Vishy, I think there is going to be a Hurricane Andrew, and they are predicting that the entire Miami and Homestead, which is a nearby town, will be devastated. In US, all of you know that if you don't have a car to go, you cannot even buy any groceries, you cannot do anything. You are like a limbless person. So I told him that I think it's going to rain very heavily and it's going to be a lot of floods and we may have power cut. He was telling Hema, நம்ம ஒவ்வொரு வருஷமும் ஆந்திராவில் வெள்ளம்லாம் கேட்டிருக்கோம், இது என்ன பிரமாதமான புயல் ஹரிகேன் ஆண்ட்ரூ. Then I told him, no Vishay, I think we cannot take it light because this is the first time we were there. Though that was my 7th trip to the US, I made almost 35 trips to the US. That was my 7th trip in my life. So I told him, okay, we will be cautious. But you will not believe from that, when we came home around 8 o'clock, from that night to the next morning, the entire power went off. The entire roads were uprooted with all the trees. There was no way we could drive. And there were, in US, there is no power cut at all. So you don't even have torches, don't even have, candles or anything. You need to stand in the queue in a store called Publix for nearly 2 hours to get 1 gallon of milk. There the milk is not sold in liters, it's in gallon. There's, I think, 5.2 liters is 1 gallon. And the moment you bring them home, it will become, curd, because Miami is very hot. It was August 23rd, 1992, we had that Hurricane Andrew. So 24th, 25th, we were actually boiling milk in the barbecue, coal, and then we were drinking it. And for 1 week, we could not get any groceries. We could not cook because if there is no power, no burner will burn. If there is no power, there is no water. If there is no water, we had to go and stand for hours together to get even drinking water. So that was a personal challenge. So I just thought that that is a personal challenge I had done. But the professional challenge, I would say that when I went to Puerto Rico, San Juan in 2002 to present a very big proposal. And then the client was really, wanting us to give the best. And they never visited our India or our Indian Development Center. And I was the only person to make a presentation for a several $1 million proposal. That was a transformation engagement. So when I gave a proposal for almost for 3.5 hours for a several $1 million proposal, that at the end of the presentation, the client said, okay, when can you start? That was a big surprise for us, because normally when you make a presentation, several other companies will be called, they will compare, they will again invite you, then they will ask you to come. So that is one thing that we always thought that was a challenge. Okay, and the other thing was when we had to deliver a project, and then there were about 20 people in the team, almost 10 of them had to resigned abruptly because of the Y2K boom. Everybody wanted to go. So the project which had to have 20 people to make a scheduled delivery, we were having only 10 people. So we had to backfill them with fresh trainees. We had to work in 2 shifts so that we met the client's end date. So these are some of the challenges I can immediately think of, where you really scale up to the situation personally or professionally. You really need to make sure that the client is not aware of any of your internal problems, because if there is a war or if there is any other calamity, the client would anyway know because that's in the news. But internal rollover or attrition is something where the client is not worried about, because he is giving you work mainly because he trusts you to deliver it on time. You cannot go and tell him that 10 people have left, so I cannot deliver. So you have to make it up. So these are some of the challenges which we have faced for during our lives. There are many challenges, I can only say. If we have to talk about only my challenges, it will take one day to list them down and talk about it. I'm sure this is not the forum, but these are some of the things which come to my mind immediately. Any other questions?
Students, if you have any questions, please post your questions in the chat window. Ma'am, we have another question. What are the most critical changes that we must make to face the future effectively? What are the most critical changes that we must make?
Critical changes in the attitude of whatever be the environment, whatever be the mode of learning, you will do your best to be a good student and be a lifelong learner. So you do not blame the system or the environment or the pandemic or any other, no excuses entertained. So against all risks and all things, you need to really be the best. So I think these are all some of the things. Another thing is your curiosity to learn, your application of mind, and also do not be a person who can follow the crowd. You will always be a person who can come back with great ideas for your own institution. You can do a lot of things to your own internal college. You can create a lot of applications for your own college use. For example, you have a large technology conference. You can define a software to do that. You can create an application where even people from outside colleges come. They do not know where this blog, that blog. You can create a pathfinder. You can create something where you can manage the entire, budget, programs, everything. You can probably manage your sports day. You can manage your Techo Fest. You can manage your cultural event by many applications. So it is not so much that you do something for the company. You can do something for your own institute also. There will be a lot of challenging things that everybody will ask the students to do. I'm sure you can do any of them, and then excel and show. It is not the requirement. It is the way you address the requirement.
Thank you, madam. I am really the happiest person today because all these excellent inputs, I definitely want such a veteran like you to tell to the students. Our principal is also, I am seeing a couple of requests from student side to share the PPT and the recording. Sure, students, we will share the recording with detailed notes. And the snaps or pictures or questions and answers, everything we'll post it in our college website.
Only thing is, with only 2 questions asked, do not share any recording.
Students, I think we are nearing lunchtime, madam. I'm sure they have a lot of questions. Students, any other questions? Please post your questions in the chat box.
They're all hungry. But I finished it on time, like an IT person. 1 o'clock.
Yes, ma'am. You are well ahead of time. Very good. You are on time in finishing also, ma'am. Very excellent inputs, ma'am. You started with your career path, which is a really good input for any CSE, computer science engineering graduate, to understand what is the hierarchy in any company. Like that gave the understanding of the different levels they have to pass through in their career ladder. You also highlighted about the growth, new job opportunities in the IT industries. You also touched upon the students or the senior students to be for the need to be for them to be the role models for their juniors. Thank you very much for explaining the horizontals and verticals. You also touched upon a lot of other soft skills and triads, which are very relevant to the students, so that they can pick it up and sharp themselves during this 4 years. I'm really happy that you touched upon the disruptive technologies and talked about analytical IoT, work-life balance, and this control or delete new meaning is also new to me as well. I'm sure the students are taking those inputs very constructively. And students, you also told that they have to come out of their comfortable zone to learn new things, to grow fast, to learn many things in their 4 years of education. You also touched upon to pursue their passion. That is really important. Whatever they feel like, they may be good in other extracurricular and co-curricular activities. I am sure that you also know PAG iTech provide lot of opportunities through various club activities. We have more than around 25 clubs in our college, and I think in the afternoon they are going to have that club activities orientation in the afternoon. Our principal and vice principals are here taking down notes. I am sure the students are also taking notes. I'll be very happy if the students are taking notes and sharing their notes in to us, so that we make sure that
hear
thank
from
you,
the
madam.
principal and vice principal.
Sir, our principal wanted to say a few words, madam.
Madam, I would like to say only one thing. Great, madam. That's all. In a nutshell, in about an hour or so, you have been able to communicate so many aspects, both technical, non-technical, and motivating students. As you rightly told, maybe because it is lunch break, perhaps students are little unable to spend time asking questions. But otherwise, it was so nice lecture, madam. We enjoyed every minute of your presentation. I only wonder how come you, with that energy and enthusiasm right from beginning till the last moment, you are coming out with lot many ideas useful to all. Thank you very much, madam. We are greatly indebted. Thanks a lot. So kind of you. Namaskaram, madam. Thank you.